in here. Ugh, I look so just whatever. No big video this week. I told myself I would post every 7 days for a whole year, and this week, all I can really manage is kind of a vlog. So in this one, I'll go through just 2 big challenges I'm facing right now in real life, how I make money, and 1 dream that I am working towards over the next year. First big challenge is posting weekly to YouTube. You guessed it. This is so much harder than I gave it credit for when I was like 15 and first thinking, I want to be a YouTuber. Because I was watching Julian Smith's videos and just thought, I need to know how to do what he knows. I want to know. And I haven't accomplished that, but I've learned a lot. And just the biggest thing right now, like when you release a video, I won't talk a lot about this, but you are instantly having to start on the next video. Otherwise, yeah, it's Thursday and the video needs to be up next day. And there are other things that you have going on in the week because you have jobs and blah, blah, blah. No one really cares. That's it. It's harder than I gave it credit for. And that's humbling and it's educational and I'm here for it. I'm here for it. The second challenge I'm going through right now in life is completely different from the first. So like, I don't know, buckle your pants, but it's in a unique sense of loneliness related to not having no one in my life, right? Because that'd be a type of loneliness. That's not it. It's just in feeling misunderstood or not relating enough to the people that I do have in my life. So yeah, I have great friends and family, and if any of you are watching this, love you to death. Okay, so when I'm not in a hotel room, right, I'm basically living in the same area I was raised in my whole life. I'd say just about everyone that I see on a regular basis are all the same people that I've always seen for as long as I can remember. This isn't in and of itself a bad thing because they're great people, but it's in my lack of going out and meeting more new people. And now living in a city, like everything is 5 or 10 minutes away from me, and that's great. I'm a guy who has like so many interests, right? I should be able to go out into the city somehow and find people who share in some of these same interests with me. Because here's what happens. I will impulse call people if I'm doing any one of the many things that I'm really interested in doing. If I'm taking a scuba diving course, I'll impulse call somebody and be like, oh my gosh, there's this crazy thing that I just learned about scuba that you wouldn't believe. And it's that if you go up 15,000 feet in an airplane, the atmospheric pressure difference from ground level to 15,000 feet is the equivalent of the atmospheric pressure difference if you were to go down in water 18 feet. How crazy is that? And everyone I'm talking with, it's like, it totally makes sense. They're just like, nice, good, okay. I get it, right? I mean, I do the same thing to other people if I'm talking to someone and they're really passionate about something that I have no interest in or have never even thought about, and they're just ranting to me about it. The best thing I can do is listen, knowing that I care about that person. And at the end of it, I probably can't add much. And so just with enough time and enough topics, when you're impulse calling people about whatever, learning Japanese as a second language, trying to become a skilled dancer, music career, film career, YouTube, podcasting, like whatever. It's just so helpful to have people, community within those topics. That way you can go in deep in conversation with them and have a back and forth and challenge each other and whatever it is, right? The experience you get talking passionately about a topic that you are in the midst of learning about and struggling through, to have somebody else who's maybe in a similar boat is something that I think I'm really craving right now. And I don't have a lot of that, despite the fact that I've got so many things that I'm trying to step into this year. So that's it, the second challenge. I said it's feeling misunderstood by a lot of your friends and family or people that you have in your life, or not relating enough to them. A lot of what I just said is the not relating enough to them part. The misunderstood part is really hard too. This is a harder and harder thing as I get older, and with each new topic or more topics that I continue to get interested in. And a lot of it having to do with the closer knit stuff like family, you know, theology, talking about your beliefs with people who raised you one way and you're thinking, so many ways I'm still right here with you, but I'm not one-to-one on the same page as you. Because we're so close, I want to try so hard to explain the differences. I'm on an island, you're on an island, and I want to be a bridge builder, and I want to be good at building that bridge between our two takes, our two understandings. And that's just so hard. I don't want to say it's impossible. It just feels impossible sometimes. So I know I need to like take time time into account and let things not be one conversation. And that's just a big challenge, feeling misunderstood. Another example is wanting to travel the world, actually go live overseas. And a lot of people who are like in this community, this spot, this bubble, a lot of things are nice and we're all here. And it's like, well, how long would you be overseas? Would you be over there for 3 months? You wouldn't be gone for like 2 years. Hey, that's hard on me and that's hard on others. It's just hard, but I really want to go after that and experience life. And a third way of being misunderstood is like just in being a YouTuber. I don't know a single other person who like actively does YouTube, right? But everyone gives me YouTube advice and everyone knows Mr. Beast. And so I get it, he's Mr. Beast. Follow him like the shining North Star. They'll basically say, be Jimmy. You're trying to be a YouTuber, of course, be Jimmy. You know, I'm not Jimmy. Let me try to see if I can like say my thoughts on this. Mr. Beast is awesome. He's figured out how to do him really well. And I think that's amazing. There's nothing behind that statement. I genuinely think that's amazing. I'm trying to figure out how to do me really well. Ways that he and I are different people is that he has one focus. And a lot of people will tell you that this is better if you're trying to pursue anything and find success. Have one focus, don't split your focus. I don't have one focus. I want to be a YouTuber and I've wanted that for a decade. Why did it take me a decade to get to this point? Because I've had so many different focuses. And yet I don't dislike my life so far. The choices that I've made to do a lot of things that I didn't document, that if I could have documented at the time, because maybe I knew how to be on camera even just 3 years ago, I would have loved to have documented more and have started my YouTube journey a long time ago. I mean, going all the way back, like as a kid, learning how to solder and buying little Game Boy games on eBay and soldering out the batteries and putting in new ones and selling them as like a little business, and like 4 other things that I won't mention because this video is not about that. But my desire to always like learn something new and try to see what I can do with that has gone back to when I was like 9. And now I've finally figured out how to do YouTube, kind of like taking my first steps, and we'll get to see where this goes. But I'm also a scuba guy, trying to learn how to become certified as a master diver. That's professional level, and I'm not there yet. But I want to learn how to document that journey better, because right now I've been going through that journey and taking the tests and diving in a bunch of different locations. And last time I was out just at the pool, I jumped in with my underwater camera, set it up wrong, and water flooded it. That thing's still in a bag of rice back home. I don't know if it's dead or not. But like, I'm still learning. Right? I'm a guy who wants to be able to say I'm a good dancer, to go take dancing lessons with a partner and learn a bunch of dances fluently. I want to be bilingual. I want to deeply understand people and their cultures as I travel around for extended periods of time. I want to be an interesting uncle, even if I know that I'll never touch how interesting Mark Rober is to his nieces and nephews. But I am now an uncle, and like, it'd be fun to be like, ooh, I know the secrets to the Rubik's Cube. Or I can throw and catch a boomerang. Like, that'd be kind of cool. I actually never knew anybody that could do that when I was a kid. I was around a boomerang once and the guy just threw it and it just kind of went away from him. It didn't do this. And I thought, like, how cool would it be if somebody could actually catch these? And as a kid, you're even like, do they actually return? Is that a thing? Last example I'll give here is like just knowing how to do some magic tricks. I couldn't do a single magic trick, and I swear I would do one right now as I say this if I could. But I know that like every one of the like 3 or 4 people that I ever met that could do magic seriously interested me as a kid. It was just fun, like really cool to watch. And it fills you with curiosity about it and all of that. So there's a lot of things I want to do, that I want to pursue. And I don't feel like I can guarantee my success, that I'll have a lot of money or that I'll be famous or any of that stuff. I don't feel like you can always guarantee that. But I want to do the best job that I can at being human. I want to be good at being human. With that is living life and going out and seeing things, learning how to not just be a hermit all the time. Having experiences and meeting people. You know, we talk about at the end of your life looking back and like, make sure you did things in a way that you don't have a lot of regrets. If you would regret not doing this thing, do the thing. I don't think the answer for me here is putting 100% of my time just into one thing, because at the end of my life, I would know that any wisdom that I had in saying no to a dozen things to find real good success in the one, which is a message that I really do think is for most people, and is even the message that I would actually share with and tell most people, like think that way. But for me, I've got to do what I feel like has really been eating at me for a decade. And it's that I want to go after all of these interests, full send, and just give my all in every moment that I can. And I know that this is going to involve giving up so many things in my life. The only problem is that I just haven't jumped in head first yet. It's honestly what I believe. Now, the reason this is a tough misunderstanding for people that know me is that people that really have known me a long time, they know I'm the guy who loves video games almost like to an unhealthy point, and I'm the guy who is able to sit in one spot and binge watch a show with more dedication than is probably necessary. And what I'm saying here is that I'm kind of poking the idea of giving all of that up to a pretty large degree, and thinking that that would actually add more to my life and make me happier. And the problem is that when I'm around somebody and I'm looking at their face and I'm telling them this, it instantly backfires. Like the sort of thing not to just tell your closest friends and family, because before a word even comes out of their mouth, their facial expression is like, you're crazy, you're naive, you don't recognize reality. So now I'm just opening it up to the internet. That's so stupid. I'm sorry. I've got to go for it, because this is the thing that I think I would regret at the end of my life. It sounds crazy and stupid and whatever. Extreme. That's the word a lot of them tell me. It's extreme, and I don't realize what it'll take to actually do that. Well, I'm gonna learn. I guess I will die trying, or just try and then learn and then change. I don't know. Man, I hope I didn't totally lose the topic and all of that. What a mess. It is a challenge through and through. What are my bullet points here? Way I make money. Right. I'm in a hotel in Dallas right now on a trip doing real estate videography. I'm capturing 3 apartment complexes, and I think the only reason this made sense for me to put into the bullet points for this video is because of, in talking about loneliness, I wanted to say, hey, look, I'm alone out on a trip in a hotel room, and I love this. I generally don't feel the effects of loneliness. It's in something that is new that I feel the effects of loneliness, and it's in some sort of disconnect of, actually, I explained it earlier in the video. So moving forward, between real estate shoots like this and weddings, I make up about half of everything that I earn, which is nice because it gives me a lot of free time to work on other things, like YouTube. Obviously, I'm learning how to better manage my time because it is a Thursday. I am supposed to be on property in 5 minutes. It's 3 minutes away, which is good. Because that's a time crunch, I'm basically having to do this video in one take. I really feel like this isn't relevant, but yeah, the next way that I make money is, believe it or not, I work for 2 churches. One is in San Antonio, Texas, one is in Austin. I drive back and forth between them every week, and they are 2 different denominations of Christianity, and I won't really get into it, but basically my life is very interesting right now. What I really, really want is to be able to say that I'm full-time as a content creator online through YouTube and TikTok and wherever. That is freedom for me. But that's not on you guys. It's always been weird to me when I see a creator be like, so y'all need to help me with this. No, I want to do everything that I can to provide things that are interesting enough that people that don't give a darn who I am are able to connect with the content and maybe eventually be interested in some sort of a communal idea online of like hanging out and having a dialogue and maybe doing Zoom meets or whatever. Like, I am not there yet. Right now, I'm trying to figure this out for myself. All right, last thing, and then I'm literally running out the door. One dream I'm working on over the next year. Also kind of self-explained in the other things I talked about. As people, community is very important, and I would love to find my community within each topic that I'm pursuing. Not one person that is interested in all the same things that I'm interested in, but I want to put in the time and the work to find people who share an interest in one topic with me. And for us to be able to challenge each other in that, to be study buddies, to be fellow students, to have that thing in common with, so that I'm not feeling so much like nobody that I love and know gets what I do or what I'm involved in throughout the week. That I've got a person or people for each thing I think would be really refreshing and fun. And it's just, I think it's my fault that I don't have that yet. And also, I've just recently decided to kind of dive into the deep end head first on just going for it with all this stuff. So I've taken just my first steps with a lot of these things. So this is a natural spot for me to be in right now. I recognize that. I've just got to go make some changes, meet some people. How cool would it be like a year from now on a Monday to be having lunch with someone I met at a comedy club, and in that lunch we are discussing joke structure and helping each other continue to master the basics. Or on a Tuesday have lunch with somebody who's also in scuba and go over all of our rescue scuba protocols and keywords, contingency plans, and trying to help each other stay top of mind and be the best that we can be within scuba. Or on a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, same thing, same concept, different topics, just like, that sounds like heaven. And I think it's worth working towards. It's kind of a weird, unique sort of thing that I'd like to see happen if possible. But for now, and I'll say this with a very full heart, I enjoy the social aspect of social media so much. It is enough for me right now. I'm not like dying to go find these people I've been talking about. When I share something I've created online, it feels like I'm sharing things, parts of me, with real people, even though I can't necessarily see you and have you instantly talk back to me while I'm filming, editing, and posting these videos. I do enjoy getting to interact with people in the comments. I have a few people that I've already noticed who are like sticking around, which is awesome. Just as I pursue all of these different things that I'm interested in, you are the community who sees all of it. And that makes you unique. And I genuinely appreciate you being here. And I hope this video made sense and that I stayed on topic enough. And I am having to go to this real estate shoot right now. So as always, if you've watched this video through to this point and you aren't subscribed, please go hit the subscribe button. I hope to see you in the next video. See you later.